The game crashed or it broke last time, I think. Yes, that's right. We were exploring Sherlock's mother's room when the game had an issue and we had to stop before we could finish our exploration. We were like in the middle of recreating things, and then the game just said, eh.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that one, it must be this one. I think what we need is this one. Here we go. Yep.
I don't believe you! Liars! Get away from me! It's not true! It's not real!
What? Oh. Everything will be okay, Sherry. I promise.
Ah, yes.
It was the morning of the 9th of April, the day my mother died. My mother, she was not just ill, but mad. God have mercy.
I'm sorry. That explains why you locked the memory away.
There must be more, John. That was the morning of her death. I need to know what happened. John!
Every time you... I just don't... Please, Sherry, leave it be.
Just breathe, John. You know that I cannot leave the last stone unturned. We are so close.
I know. But can we at least leave it for another day?
Well, history tells us these memories are triggered by our investigation of other matters. I suspect it could not be forced even if I so desired.
Thank you. How are you feeling about all this? Tell me, I'm not the only one reeling.
It feels wrong, sad. Like they're the memories of another man. I'm struggling to reconcile my love for my mother with the reality of who she was. And worse, what possessed Mycroft to lie about it? There are precious few pieces of this puzzle remaining, John. Let us dawdle here no longer.
Indeed. Wait, did you hear that?
Yes. Metallic souls. What is this sailor doing here?
Okay. A sailor. Alright, I think we found everything there was to find in here. But I don't remember.
Straps on the bed. Just doesn't look right.
I'm gonna assume we probably did.
Sherlock Holmes, isn't it? I was looking for you.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
You can call me your new game. The rules are simple. I have something for you, but you alone must work out what that is.
And that something is my prize, I suppose.
You're a fast learner, sir.
Well, he appears to have, like, paint or something on his head. Is it an elephant? Or is he gonna try and beat us up? Nope. In the pocket. Yeah, definitely an artist disguised as a sailor.
I cannot believe that Mr. Vogel has somehow successfully called my attention to his gallery. You're here with an invitation to visit it, obviously.
My word, you are fast, Mr. Holmes. Could you explain how you came to that conclusion?
No.
Of course. Explanations are my favorite part of any conversation. Hands without any sign of regular physical activity, in contradiction to one who would most usually wear such a uniform. The paint in your hair is pink. I don't know of any military service that paints their ships pink, unless they have launched a new fashionable fleet. A sailor with the soul of an artist? I would suggest rather a gallery employee disguised as a sailor to mislead me. How many artists on the island know where I live and of my passion for deduction? Werner Vogel is clearly at the top of the list. And you've been attempting to conceal something square-shaped within your pocket. An invitation, I suppose. An invitation to Mr. Vogel's gallery.
That was remarkable, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Vogel was right about your genius. I think he may have even underestimated you. This is your invitation. Please tell Mr. Vogel that the seed has been planted. He asked me to tell you to do so, if you win this little game. Farewell.
Hey, you can
You
leave
won't believe
now.
it, but Werner's other idea was to put me in a dress.
Alright, let's see here. I don't want to do a ton of side case stuff right now. But we can do a little bit. Let's go see what this one is all about. Central Scaladio. It must be around here somewhere, presumably. Well, he's an artist. Can you say that he really works? I'm kidding, of course.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estevao, happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
Lord knows, I have absolutely zero art skill to speak of, so I respect anyone that is actually a capable artist. As my poor round pumpkin that is not much longer for this world can attest to, created in paint. See what this
You
guy
have my
has to...
attention, Mr. Estevao.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
Status quo.
What about the status quo?
The Ottoman population holds a certain animosity towards the colonial rule. It's been this way since we took over the island. General Ridley made concessions with their leaders, but I'm afraid we are still teetering on the edge of open hostility.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There's a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
Alright, looks like we've got another new side case. Western side of the old city bridge in Scaladio. Western side. So, I mean, it could be this one. Could be this one. The old city bridge, that's the Maltese bridge. Alright, so we're on this side of things then. When we return next year, we'll be able to see some of my amazing art skills. I am currently working on hand drawing a new starting stream and stopping stream images. I say hand drawn, which is technically true. But it's also being done on a surface. So digitally
Here,
hand
grab
drawn.
a seat. You even brought a book, huh?
May I have... Same as always.
You just don't give up, do you?
Oh, come on, let's get closer. We can't see anything from here.
No, too early.
So we're just going to sit here all day?
Patience, John. I have a feeling this is more than simple blackmail. We'll be close when the blackmailer leaves, and then...
Go!
Did the sailor just get shanked? Yep. Sure looks like it.
Not a pretty sight, this.
Who's it?
Head trauma. Fatal. Gravity is cruel like that.
Oh. Oh.
A rather frivolous accessory for a military man. Shame it's all bloody now.
Let me just yank that scarf off of you.
He was stabbed several times before he fell. The shape of the wounds suggest a curved blade.
What's happened? Who is it?
A key, and where there's a key, there's a lock.
My goodness.
It's almost like he's dancing.
Dancing the danse macabre.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
The knife is missing.
No signs of life, no pulse. I'm declaring Corporal Ridley dead.
Hi there.
Please move along. The police are on their way. Everything's under control.
Is it now? The General's own son has fallen out of the tower, and not without help, it seems. I need to inspect the scene, and quickly.
The corporal? He ordered me not to let anyone inside without telling him. But now... Wait, are you saying it's a murder?
My man, look at the corpse.
A brief examination of the body was enough for me to conclude that he was murdered by a blade of Ottoman origin.
You can't possibly be so certain.
Oh, I can be. The corporal suffered deep stab wounds which were inflicted with great force. They were made by a knife meant for cutting, not stabbing. A curved blade, such as an Ottoman jambir or a Gurkha kukri. I haven't seen any Gurkhas on the island, so the conclusion is quite obvious.
Amazing. You do seem more than competent. All right, go in. I'll wait here for the police.
Did you see anything suspicious?
No, sir, nothing. Corporal Ridley had to attend to some private matters upstairs. No one went in, no one came out. Oh, but that means the killer is still inside. Are you sure you want to go in alone?
I'm not alone. I have my friend with me.
Your friend? You mean your gun? There's no one at...
Never mind, I'll be fine.
Yes, I meant my gun. My gun is my friend.
The killer's gone, vanished into thin air.
Young Sherlock. Full of charm, not full of cocaine.
Gonna join the Navy after all. That'd make Mycroft so happy, you know.
Shut up, John. This blade is a naval officer's dirk. Sharp and well cared for.
Seems like he got a couple
The edge
stabs
is
in as
covered
well.
with blood, but the tip is clean.
I mean, it would be a cut instead of a stab because the blade is... Yeah, tip is clean.
Can you smell the body odor, John? Someone's been hiding in here. Someone sweaty.
Unless it's a laundry chest. But then it's a different mystery altogether. The case of the vanishing sweaty pantaloons.
This cigarette is still smouldering.
There's a nice view from here, don't you think?
Here we looked at knife. Mud traces. Got that. Oh, here we go.
Exactly 100 mangears. The killer didn't touch them.
Maybe the killer was the husband of the person that was... it would have to be this, right?
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
I would think he would have his own. The sailor would have his blade. I don't think it's that one, because we know the knife doesn't have... blood on the tip, so it wouldn't be stabbed into.
You're not
him.
even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Switch these.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Because the, the tip is clean, so we don't want a stabbing motion with that. There's an unfinished cigarette in the ashtray, which would presumably be from the sailor. He has stab wounds inflicted by a curved blade, so again, we don't want the stabbing one. I would think it would be this, because he fought back, but then he got shanked and pushed out the window, would be my assumption, but maybe it is. Did we try this one? I don't remember. I don't think this guy would have taken his knife, because that's what this one is. It's him taking the straight edged knife, which I think is wrong. I think we want this.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Tried this one, right?
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Because our two options here are the sailor getting shoved out, or the sailor getting stabbed out. I guess unless that's not meant to be the straight knife, but the curved one.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
There we go.
Ridley was
Okay.
attacked by his blackmailer, but before being pushed out the window, Ridley managed to wound him. The killer must still be bleeding.
I guess the thing that was hard to read was the stabbing that was occurring at the window, because the knife, since it's being stabbed into him, just looks like the straight one that's here and is, you know, not bloodied at the tip. That'll make me leave.
Come on, let's take the rope down.
I'd rather take the stairs.
Ah, what a bore.
I thought for sure he was gonna take the rope down, which is why I didn't initially interact with it.
So what happened? Was there anyone upstairs?
No, the killer escaped. We're dealing with a carefully planned assassination. What can you tell me about the deceased?
We were from the same unit, stationed together at the barracks by the bridge, but I can't say I knew him well. Maybe someone at the barracks could tell you more.
Do you know if the corporal had any enemies? Someone who would want him dead?
No, none that I know of. But then again, there's always the Ottomans. They'd want all of us soldiers dead, I reckon.
Excuse me. Okay, so the...
What's happened? What? Oh, who is it?
The zip line thing would be over here. Don't know what the iron key goes to. What is the group thing again? Inquire with people. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
I cannot be of help, sir. Someone else might know better.
Help me, please.
Please, don't get angry, sir. But I know nothing about this, I swear to you.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Why
I
are
believe
just
you, you're
annoying
just
these
some
people on
old looky-loo.
purpose?
Alright, let's go over this away. Because he would have taken the zip line down. Over here somewhere.
That was a rough landing.
Let's see here. I think this was the local disguise.
May I ask for your assistance?
I'm sorry, my brother. I know nothing about it.
There's an awful lot of knives stuck into this thing.
Wow. Amazing, right?
Disturbing is more like it. Help me, please.
Nothing stands between me and helping a fellow citizen, except the absence of knowledge. Ask someone else.
Do I see any other... I don't see any other blood around here. I just have this big old pillar of knives. Do we know where the barracks is? It stands near the barracks. Cafe. Apparently I haven't found the barracks. Oh no, I don't want Pillar of Knives selected. I want this one. Alright, so if the locals can't help me, I probably need to find sailors. I need to find some sailors.
May I ask you something?
Stay away from me and from people like me too, or you'll regret it.
Alright, fine. Yeah, I can make myself look like
Excuse
a
me,
cop.
just one question. Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Where's this barracks at?
Hey.
Quickly into my sailor uniform. And beard makes me slightly more sailory.
You aren't here to relieve me from duty, are you? Oh well. You aren't here to relieve me from duty, are you? Oh well.
Found the barracks.
May I ask you something?
Ah, I know this, yeah, let me help you.
There we go, we just had to find the barracks. Recently ended his promiscuous ways after meeting the one. Yeah, I have a feeling he didn't actually, but that's okay. Alright, we've got more to explore.
Nice. A room after my own heart.
A little austere for my taste. Being the son of a general must be difficult. Rise all the way to the top. Make me proud, son.
Really good horse, huh? Seems like the old man's gonna be a little disappointed. John appears to have returned to normal.
There are scratches on the floor. The locker was moved.
Alright, sounds like we need to go buy ourselves some, Ottoman clothes.
That's quite a hefty sum. Enough to start a new life. 2 tickets to London. Would have been a very different ending for the Corporal's story.
I think we can rent clothes as well. Alright, we need 2 red, 1 green, and -4 blue. Let's, okay, we've got the swapsies. Okay, that's a decrement, and we got an increment, okay. Boom, -4 blue. We need 2 red. So we'll decrement that. And then we need 1 green. Which we shall also decrement. Boom. Okay, we've cleaned the blood off. Ottoman woman wearing the scarf I gave you. Alright. Waiting for you at my house at dawn. Use the entrance with no eagle over it. Disguise for that.
Can you imagine me wearing that uniform? I think I'd look rather dashing.
We haven't collected all the evidence here, only the key evidence. Means we've missed something minor, probably. Downstairs.
Ridley's blood is on Ottoman hands. I just know it.
Find out what the Marines are planning. Oh boy. Oh, I fucked it up. I still don't know how you figure that stuff out.
Ridley's blood is on Ottoman hands. I just know it.
No. Corporal's murdered. Whoops. Take revenge, yes. Okay. No. General speak, yes. Okay, so we have to figure out where to go for this. First of all, we need to get ourselves a nice disguise.
You aren't here to relieve me from duty, are you? Oh, well.
I would think having a beard would not be something the Navy would want you to have, but what do I know? We've got the clothing trader down this way.
Nice
Oriental
affordable
rugs at a
clothes.
good price.
Let's pick something that suits you.
Oh, we will. Female Ottoman outfit, you say? Absolutely. Only cost 15 buckery dues. Well, we don't want a beard, and
A good choice. A good choice indeed.
we gotta ditch the beard. And then, alright, we need to figure out where we go for this place. The House of the Eagle. It's the House of the Eagle. Right. There's this thing down the bizarre roadway. It looks like it's a thing. That's a book.
A fresh newspaper?
Elfin adopted again.
I wish you pleasant reading.
Let's see how the elephant wound up. Oh, great. I really should have had her lover arrested. Even more if she is suing the court. She's going to court to try and get that elephant killed. Take some petty revenge. The pettiest of revenge. Okay, where is this eagle house? Really not this place.
Mr. Holmes,
Oh,
you
crap.
came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other.
Well, we've
Your
stumbled
man's
on
disguise
main
was easily
quest.
debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit
Wearing our
that you
disguise.
planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific. I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
Oh boy, this is not where I wanted to be.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
Look, I'm in the middle of something right now. Oh.
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was
As
it?
you can
The
tell.
under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
Well, yep, I'll be back later. I'm in the middle of something. It wouldn't be at the mosque, I wouldn't think. And presumably it's the letter from the general mentions the old city, so presumably it's in the old city, the thing that we're looking for.
Merhaba.
Doesn't seem to be this mosque, which I didn't really think it was anyways. Could it be this area right near the North Old City fast travel point, I wonder? Ugh. Presumably whatever place we're looking for would have multiple entrances.
Not bad.
And then to the right. This just appears to be a coffee shop, hookah lounge type place. Where the hell could I be? What could I be looking for? I guess there's also this big building here by the other bridge. Let's check here. We're looking for a house of some kind. Presumably a big one, since it has multiple entrances and servants.
May I ask you something?
If only I knew the answer.
Doesn't seem like this is it.
Excuse me, just one question.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Alright, well, it's not going to be Hava Watchtower, I can tell you that much. What else could this place be? Unless I go to the ninth pillar and try to figure it out from there, maybe?
Are you able to help me?
I will be glad to help, but I can't.
Because the blood was there. Okay, that cloth doesn't appear to be of, looking for doors labeled with eagles. Oh, here we go. That's totally an eagle, so I want the one without an eagle. Hey, I found the house of the eagle. Excuse me.
You are expected. Quickly, come in.
Aha, I found it.
My love, oh, I'm so... Who are you? Where's Mark? Answer me or I'll call for help.
You will do no such thing, Jalen. We both know it.
How do you know my name? And why are you wearing this scarf? What has happened?
A flood of questions, but I only have one answer. Mark Ridley is dead.
No, this cannot be. You're lying. Tell me you're lying.
Keep your voice down, miss. I don't have time for a lady's hysterics. Mark has been murdered, and I believe that the murderer is part of this house.
No, it was a secret. We were meeting. How could anyone find out?
The truth always comes out one way or another, but enough of this. Tell me, have you seen anything suspicious here?
No, I heard the servants talking about blood near the main entrance, but I didn't think... This is too much for me. I can't.
Why did you have to be so mean to her?
I wasn't mean. Now is not the time for pity.
Is that you or your reptilian brain talking?
What? You're not even real.
Leave me be.
Yeah, right.
A pile of fresh clothes. How convenient.
Oh, hey, what's this? Oh, bloody clothes. Oh, man. Oh.
All soaked in blood. Well, a fresh shirt is as good a lead as any.
So, think you can identify the killer on the first try?
Huh. Do you doubt me?
Identify the killer on the first try.
Do you think they'd mind if I washed my shirt? I haven't changed in days and I'm starting to smell.
Alright, so it's it's got to be someone with fresh clothes, and is also wounded, affable. It's probably that guy. Are there literally only 2 people here? Because if so, this is the easiest bet. I mean, we know where that blood trail led eventually. And yeah, so, I mean... And he's bleeding. And he's missing his dagger. His dagger. You know, they maybe could have made this one a little bit harder by having multiple people here. Instead of just the one dude, but, you know, whatever. Guess he's on edge.
What are you staring at, you crazy woman? Huh? Did you want something?
Okay, we know who it was. We've collected the key evidence. Go return to what's-his-face in our driveway and tell him what happened. Oh, there's one other person here.
I'm busy.
Also a maid. So also completely pointless to include in this section. Alright, let's pop out of here and go turn this in. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a side quest, but still, you think they could have done, like, you know, like 1 or 2 people more.
Mr. Holmes, I trust your mission was successful?
Successful is hardly the word I would use. Mark Ridley is dead.
What? How? Explain.
Blackmail was a ruse to kill Ridley, but I managed to track down the culprit. He comes from a very influential Ottoman family. All things considered, I chose not to turn him into the police.
I see. Your prudence is commendable, Mr. Holmes.
What will happen now?
I cannot tell. I'm just a piece on the board, same as you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to report to your brother immediately.
Honestly can't believe you let the killer go. I thought it was a joke till the very end.
Oh, hey, we've got the sexy lady elephant in our...
I imagine Goliath was surprised to find out his lady was not real.
A nice little addition to the... to the old yard here. They gave it, like, blush. And eye makeup. Bees are fine. They're doing bee stuff over here.
I should write a book about the behavior of bees someday.
Well, I was gonna do the violin thing, but we'll do that later. I am interested to see what's going on with this pillar of knives. So we'll do that, and then we'll return to the art gallery. And this time, dressed as Sherlock, we shall engage in investigation. Uh-huh. Going the wrong way. The way child king is about. I wonder what's up with this crashed carriage here. And I wonder if it's related to the Pillar of Knives.
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, but I've never heard of it.
Dude, you're standing right next to it. What?
May I ask you something?
I would help you if I knew so.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Oh, you know what? Didn't it say to do it at the old city market? So I literally ran past the thing that I needed to go to for a Pillar of Knives. Back to the market. Another crashed carriage. Apparently people aren't taking care of their carriages and whatnot.
Nice affordable clothes.
Decorate
Step
your
right
house
up.
in Oriental style. Merhaba. It's a good day for a purchase.
I will in fact take a pirate pistol.
May
I
your
don't have enough money
purchase
for
bring
everything
you
else.
joy.
I want to talk to them.
Another knife in the pillar. Another debt paid in blood.
Does each knife in the pillar mean other? Honor, yes. Oh, I fucked it up.
Another knife in the pillar. Another.
My honor. Custom. Blood vengeance. do we have to do? The pillar stands near the barracks. Do the soldiery discuss plans? Okay, well, I guess we gotta go to the barracks then. To the barracks. Learn about the murder pillar. Maybe we'll have to disguise ourselves as a pretty young sailor.
That pillar is a damn eyesore. Not for the general, I'd burn it down myself.
No. On us. Alright, well, we figured out what the Pillar of Knives is all about. That must be what most of these things are, just kind of learning what they're all about. We'll come back to those in a side questing stream someday. Another clothing trader. I can just follow this road all the way down. Alright. For me. Okay, now that I'm not trying to track down the killer of a British sailor, I can engage in your investigation. Wonder if these are real paintings?
I wish I could show you the gallery under different circumstances, but life is beautiful in its unpredictability, isn't it?
Sure, you could say that. But
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
floating head. Go upstairs, can't go in there. Wine burn room.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame. Old, and hasn't been used for a long time. Closed with a metal bolt. Footprints. Size 9.5.
Huh. Sure what to make of it so far.
A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Raven.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John. A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane. Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
Well, yeah, the pipe is leaking directly onto it. The Oh Wild room, huh? So this meant to just be
A Malpalbot.
display of
Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache.
macabre. I wasn't really paying
Oh,
attention.
sheer
What
vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
the dude was saying when we first walked in, I was too busy laughing at the ridiculousness of the fact that Sherlock was there in his fucking So I have no idea what we're trying to accomplish here.
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests. Saturn devouring his sun. Oh, grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
Alright, I definitely need to review the casebook. Alright. Let's see here. Vogel heard a noise from the undergalley. He descended the stairs with thirdly. Okay. Provocative works are kept out of the public rooms. There are named in honor of other decadent artists. Alright, so... Got the guy creeping in, or we got Mr. What's-His-Face. okay, I was saying, oh, Vogel faked it. I guess that would be the question. Let's assume Vogel didn't fake it. Whatever his name is, Vogel. I think this is right. I think he did fake it. Oh.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room, but the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
I don't know, that doesn't sound right to me. But the prints inside here were different sizes than the prints out here. Because they were like 9.5 inches inside, and they were like 27 or something like that inside. And
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
Extravagant paintings have been left to rot in a basement. A commentary on decay and the crumbling of society, correct?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
Mr. Vogel, I have confirmed that the intruder was an average-sized, flexible Malpal smoker with a limp. As it happens, the vandalism was a cover. The true intent was to steal a painting without your knowledge. The fact is, one of the pieces from the Wild Room is not in the wreckage.
What? That is extraordinary.
I mean, I was able to figure that part out, so obviously it's a simple case.
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Alright, we need to figure out where Mercurio lives. Which means we have to go to City Hall. Where was City Hall? Ooh, excuse me. Okay. Be looking for Mr. Mercury, a prominent person. Hello? I think it would be a citizen, and then old city. I don't think so. Somewhere in Old City. Official British. Other. I have Old City selected. I mean, what else? I tried everything else, right? Citizens, official, business.
Excuse me, just one question.
I'm so sorry. I can't help you, sir.
Okay, we didn't get anything new in the old Mind Palace. If we can't find it at City Hall, maybe we check. Because I don't know what else to search here at City Hall. What the book means. Let me double check the symbol. Research this in the archives. Because it would have to be. We know it's Old City, right? Because we're looking for his house, his place of living in the Old City. We'd theoretically be looking for a painter. In the 1800s. But I can't seem to find anything there. Alright, nothing useful in John's diary.
Have you found anything helpful?
No. Let's check the newspaper and the police station, maybe? Then I'll turn up there instead.
Mr. Holmes, I have something for you. Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me, are you interested?
Absolutely.
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sertle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation. Return to the matter at hand.
A gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Odor in their clammy grip. The British Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they be disbanded. But this organization only falls with the capture of their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not kill.
Got it.
Inside
Don't shoot
your
him in the
envelope
head.
is a map marked with the Eels' warehouses. But alas, we do not know in which Friedrich Panzer resides.
So even Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering, because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scatter. Here are all the files, and feel free to use the archive too. Again, do not enter the wrong location, nor see any harm done to Friedrich Panzer.
Miss Sertle, if you're quite done with the redundant instructions, I shall get to work.
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's edition will be a sensation.
First, we find Vogel. Or no, we find Boniface. People. Celebrities. Old City. Front page. Haha! Yeah, threw a chair at Boniface Mercurio. Huh. Mr. Mercurio was spotted with Mrs. Turwick at a coffee shop. I wonder if Mrs. Turwick was the female in this painting. That's my assumption, is that Hermes Ave. Scarlet Street and Olive Street. There's Olive and there's Scarlet. Alright, somewhere around here. My early assumption is that the woman portrayed in the painting is probably someone's wife of some kind. And that's why that painting was removed, either to use as like blackmail or some other shenanigans going on, probably.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, Mum. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at home?
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
Okay. I have to have a disguise. I wonder what kind of disguise. Let's try, because I'm already, like, high society, kind of. Let's try working class. Or local. Try local first. And we can switch to... worker if we really need to.
No visitors allowed.
Alright. Worker it is.
No visitors allowed.
Okay. It doesn't tell me what kind of disguise. It just says I need to disguise myself. Ooh. What were all the guys icon things? Upper class, sailor, soldier, worker, policeman, hobo, and slash criminal. Positive or negative? Okay. See what that says for this lady. And lady, short-sighted, hostile. What could I try? Police officer, maybe? Despising. Okay, she dislikes me as a police officer. I need to make her friendly, presumably. Oh, the only other thing I have besides... it's sailor. I guess I could try scoundrel next as well. Go pick up some clothes from the old shoppy. Hey, alright, sailor it is.
No visitors allowed.
Oh, that's not helpful.
No visitors allowed.
Guess I'm not as tanned and I'm kind of blindly only resident. Okay, so I guess so she's friendly now, but that's still incorrect. We gotta be hobo chic in order to get in. Once again, the answer was inside the casebook the whole time.
Don't miss out. Let's pick something that suits you.
Right. Literally described as criminal chic. Grab that. What else we got here? That. Messy hair. That removes criminal chic. No. Designer stubble seems to be the thing. Old man, no. Fake bruises, no. I wouldn't think it would be artist tan powder.
A good choice. A good
Come,
choice.
come. Decorate your house in Oriental style.
Alright, let's try this.
No visitors allowed.
What do I have to do then? Not as tanned and unkempt as the Bohemian artist. Is there like specific clothes I have to have then? Because there was the artist face paint that I bought. Is there like artist clothes that I missed in there?
Don't miss out.
Come,
Let's pick something that
decorate
suits
your
you.
house in
Okay, here we go. Got it. Bohemian. Messy hair. Artist's bristles. And we've already got
a good choice. A good choice.
There we go. Clearly, I just needed to pay more attention to what it said the different styles were called, rather than trying to make the meters work, like with other disguises. Now she is unfriendly.
Boniface, sweetie. Is that you? Ah. Old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mum? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake! How many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
Okay, I didn't realize we were literally trying to disguise ourselves as bona fide. I thought we were just kind of going for scumbag who might live inside of this apartment complex. Alright, we are literally dressed up exactly like him. John?
The chest has been searched.
On the painting.
Red skin, tails on the back. Reminds me of Werder's description of the stolen painting. Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here. I wonder where he got that fancy camera.
I wasn't actually expecting to find the camera here, or not the camera, the painting here.
It appears the wine was truly awful. Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching. The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called expressionism.
Throat slit.
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife. Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags. Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days. Could be the murder weapon. A normal kitchen knife. The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material.
Interesting.
Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon?
Ah. I'm beginning to think I have an idea of where this came from. Okay, we got Boniface in here, developing the picture. Picking the dead man, got it. 4. they fight, or that one's likely. Grabs the knife. That one seems unlikely. He gets him. Only this last one, I'm not quite sure about if he was then kicking him and or if he had already had his throat cut.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Which leads to that. And do this.
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late.
I didn't see those with
Mercurio
bandages.
attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him. It's time for some chemical magic, John.
Right. 2, -6, and 5. One. Subtract 1. And we need 5, so we add 1. Understood. Link them together. Two and our -6 and our 5 and our 2 and our -6 together, and we got the outcome. Boom.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs. Red skin, tails on the back, reminds me of Werder's description of the stolen painting.
Okay, put the painting on the easel.
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
The skull here is missing.
If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
Here it is.
Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. The girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
All right. We're gonna call it here. We'll do the interrogation of the landlady next time.